it makes you it makes you want to make more money, right? And then you get the thoughts in your head, like after you just made 50 pips on the trade, you like, dang, if I would have put, if I would have put a 0.10 or 0.20 on that trade, that could have been 50 or $100, right? Those thoughts creep in, right? You start thinking, what up, Mo? What up, Mo? What you doing over there, Mo? um, those thoughts start to creep in. So we want to just really practice good risk management, right? And we want to definitely stick to a trading plan. It is very, very important. So I'm gonna pull mine up, the one that I use. Oh, this joint is almost at that. Sorry, y'all. I just saw the chart. AT, I don't know if you got in GJ, but it's in profit off the harmonic scanner. 6 pips. All right. Let me see something. Sorry, guys. All right. So this is the trading plan that I use. Can everybody see that? Drop one in the chat for me if you can see the trading plan for me. Sweet, sweet. All right, cool, cool. All right. So this trading plan, like I said, is fx2store.com. It's extremely, extremely easy to use. The reason why I love it, when I found it, it really just made it a lot easier for me. And this was around a time where I really didn't understand, like I wasn't, at the point to where I understood what I should be looking for daily. I really had a dollar goal, right? I was just looking to make a certain amount of money every day instead of looking to grow my account a certain percentage a day. So the reason why I like this one is because it's a trading plan, right? With the withdrawal plan, right? Withdraw your way to 6 figures, right? Grow your account by 50% weekly, right? So the only 2 things that we change in this trading plan is our balance, our account balance, right? So if I put 200 right here, right, it does all the work for me, right? And then I can adjust how many days a week I trade, right? If I trade Sunday through Friday, right, I'm trading 5 days, right? If I trade, oh, I was just trying to get, there we go. If I trade 4 days, right, it's going to adjust, the amount of pips that I need to catch and everything, right? So let's just say I like to do, run these examples with $100 account, right? So what it does is it's going to show you your risk management as well, right? It tells you proper risk, right? What your proper risk management is, right? So we all know 0.01 for every $100 is proper risk management, right? 0.03 is low risk, 0.04 is medium risk, 0.05 is high risk, right? We're trading 4 days a week in this in this scenario, right? And look, if I right now with trading 4 days a week, if I use proper risk management, I need 125 pips a day to hit my goal, right? I need 125 pips a day to hit my goal. With low risk, this is what I trade. I trade with low risk, right? I only need 42 pips a day to reach my daily goal, right? Of 10 pips. Yeah, so it's hold on. It's fx2store.com. The code is WC Profits to get it for free. It's like $9, but you can get it for free. So my daily goal with the low risk is only 42 pips, right? Medium risk, 31 pips. High risk, only 25 pips a day, right? Now let's change this to 5 days a week. you can see that the pips go even lower, right? If I'm trading 5 days a week, I only need 33 pips a day with low risk to reach my daily goal, right? So, 25 pips with medium risk. So then it's showing me what my daily goal is, right? $100 account, I'm looking to grow my account by $10 a day, right? 10% a day, $10 a day. End of the week, I'll have $150, right? My withdrawal amount will be $15, right? Now I know some people they'll look at, okay, well, this trading plan calls you to withdraw 10% of your account every single week, right? No matter what. So a lot of people will say, well, it's only $15. I'm just going to leave it in my account. Don't withdraw your money, right? Get in the habit of withdrawing 10% of your account at the end of every week. Send it back to Hugo's Way. Even if you don't withdraw it all the way out, send it back to Hugo's Way, right? And continue to compound those 10% withdrawals. Because I'm going to show you how fast these numbers move once your balance starts to grow, right? If we can think further than 30 days when it comes to trading, right? If we can think, oh, I got to do this in the next 30 days, or I'm trying to make this amount of money to do this and do that. If we can think bigger picture, right? If we can think 4 months, 5 months, right? We can grow an account, thoroughly with a smaller balance, right? So it's about the bigger picture, not about, the small picture. And plus, we have setbacks, right? So one day you might hit a stop loss, right? So, with this trading plan, you could literally enter one trade and be done for the day. But right, sometimes we hit stop loss, right? So we might be in multiple trades. And also it'll help you become disciplined when it comes to, right, if you hit a stop loss, just being done for the day sometimes, right? Come back to it the next day, right? And then continue your plan. So barring setbacks, right, it might not max out to, 3 million look, again, 34 weeks, guys. I got 34 weeks, and we're talking about taking $100 account to 3 million, right? Now, barring setbacks, imagine, you having some losses, right? Imagine coming down to that 34 weeks and you still got, let's say, 300,000 in your account, right? Mo Nader's on the call, right? I think I saw his name. I think he's on the call. But anyway, Mo is one of those that I know he's literally going to compound his account, to 10 I mean, to $1 million. I know he is, right? So at the end of the day, it's about creating that discipline to where if we don't make, a ton of money in one day, but we made enough to be done with our trading plan, then we're good. Like I've literally been, I've had my ups and downs with a trading plan because I've been there. I've overtraded, right? I've doubled my daily goal and then got back in the market and gave some of it back, right? I've done all of that, right? On days where I should have just stepped away from the market, I kept going, so it's all about discipline. And, since I've been sticking to it, I've been able to compound my account, right? So when I tell people I only withdraw 10%, they're like, what? Like, why don't you withdraw more money? Because like at the end of the day, we're trying to be professional traders, right? We want these withdrawals to get to the point to where now, we're looking at $2,500 withdrawals, right? $8,000 withdrawals, and that only being 10% of our account. So, boom, 0.01, all right, $100 account. Let's just say we're trading 5 days a week, right? So I want to show you the power of 30 pips a day, right? The power of 30 pips a day, right? So let's say we have $100 account and we're trading with a 0.03, right? Low risk, right? Let's say, we get in a trade, right? USD/JPY is called and we get in USD/JPY and we catch, our 33 pips, right? We make our $10 for the day. Literally off of one trade, we're done, right? We're done for the day. You also want to watch and make sure that, when you're getting in certain trades that it's not a massive stop loss, because you don't want to risk more than what you're trying to gain, right? So that's important as well. So, boom, 33 pips a day. let's say I secure my $10 per day. I got $150 in my account, right? At the end of the week, I withdraw $15, right? I withdraw $15, right? So total withdrawn, it keeps count of how much money that you're actually taking out, right? And then I start the next week with 135, right? So now I'm catching, my daily goal is pretty much $13.50, so $14, right? So let's say I effectively do that. At the end of the week, now I'm up $202, right? I withdraw $20. Now I've just made myself, $35, right, in the market. But the beautiful thing about making money and then you still having money in your balance to trade is amazing, right? So now I turn around and I look at, and sometimes, and I'll even say this, sometimes it's good to compound one account and then you might have a separate account to, do whatever you're going to do with it, because sometimes you need to get that urge out, right? But I'm telling you, this is the way to do it. So $182 to start week 3, and now I'm catching almost $20 a day. Mind you, the 33 pips a day never changes. That stays the same throughout this entire plan. The only thing that's going to change is literally my lot size, right? So let's actually do this. Let's do 135, right? So now you can see on week 2, my lot size went up to 0.04 and I'm catching 33 pips a day, right? So the only thing that's going to continue to change is your lot size. Nothing else is going to change, right? So again, this week 3 is really going to be week 4 because, I changed it. I'm going to just go back to 100. So let's look at week 4. Like our first month, we've been able to, compound our account to $369, right? Now in our first month, we've been able to withdraw 100, right? We made $100, right? But we turn around and start week 5 with still $332 in your account. And this is the thing, you can take the money out of your account whenever you want to take the money. I mean, it's your money. And if you ever need your money for something, you can do that. But the idea is the bigger picture, right? So let's look at week 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? But let's jump to week 9, right? The beginning of the 3rd month, right? Literally in 9 weeks, now you're looking at $100. Mind you, this is only happening from 100. It's not like, you're pouring more of the money out of your pocket into this, right? Week 9 starts and now we have $1,100 in our account. But look how the compounded changes, right? Our account goes from 1,100 to 1,600 at the end of the week, right? Now our 10% a day is $100 on week 9, right? I'm making $100 a day, catching 33 pips, right? And now I'm looking at, $1,654 at the end of the week. And now I'm withdrawing 165 at the end of the week. But look at how the total amount that you compound adds up. Right now, I've been able to compound, $595 in withdrawals. Right now, I've been able to compound that money. So when you look at the bigger picture, you start to see like, okay, I see how these numbers add up. Right. And now look, I'm gonna actually change this number to week 10, 1489. Right. So now I'm still catching 30 pips a day. My lot size is 45-cent lot size, right? I'm still catching, the same amount of pips a day, right? My lot size is just growing. I have a larger account, right? But look at this. So when we get into the week after that, right, now we're starting with $2,000 in our account. So our daily goal is $200, only catching 33 pips. Right now we end up the week with $3,000, right? And now our withdrawal is 301, right? So if I go back to, I just wanted to show you guys the pip change again, right? So boom, I go back here. Now I'm up to, $1,100 in the market on week 11. Right, I've withdrawn 1,100 total, right, and then I start the next week with 2,700. This is all off of 10% a day. right? 10% a day. Like sometimes when it comes to how we make our money, less is more, right? Sometimes you don't have to go out and, and again, this is with me with low risk. Like even if we did it with 100 pips a day, right? You need a couple more trades, but it's definitely doable with proper risk management, right? And then when we compound, we literally start to see bigger and bigger gains. So we're at week 12. Let's just go to week 16, right? Now we're in, what is that? 4 months. We're 4 months in and we're looking at a $9,000 account, right? 4 months in and we're looking at a $9,000 account. And literally now we're at, 9,000 at the end of this week. Look how big this compounds from 9,000 to 13,000 at the end of week 16. Now you're withdrawing, your withdrawals are getting bigger and bigger at this point, right? Now that at the end of that week, you're withdrawing $1,300, right? And now you withdrawing a total of $5,000. Drop a 5 in the chat for me right now. If in 4 months, if you can catch 33 pips a day that you wouldn't follow this plan, drop a 5 in the chat for me. If this is something that you want to do. The idea and what I'm trying to do is put it in perspective that, when we have a plan in the market on a daily and we follow that plan, how these numbers will compound rather than just taking signals and being like, oh, I made 50 today. Well, I made 20 today. I made 100 today. And it's just all over the place with no plan, right? And also when we have a plan in place, right, we know when to stop. Right? We know when to stop because we know signals can come out all day. So sometimes I know that, us on this call, we might have been up in the market before, right? And then we're still trading because we don't have a plan, and then we give the money back. You know what I'm saying? Got to know when to stop, right? Like you said, got to know when to stop. It's all about discipline. But just for, just for the sake of seeing how money really compounds, let's look at, week 20. Now we're in, we're 5 months into our plan, and look how big the jump is when money compounds, right? This is literally what, the wealthy people let their money compound in the stock market, and any market that they trade in. It's all a compound effect. And when the numbers get bigger, you can start with smaller, but when the numbers get bigger, of course, you really start to see those big movements in the market. So 4 weeks from starting our account at 9,000, week 20, we're looking at $29,946, right? At the end of that week, right, mind you, let me put this up here, 29,946, 29,946. So 33 pips. I know this lot size looks crazy, right? This lot size looks crazy, right? $9 lot size, right? And you're catching 33 pips, right? So your daily goal is literally $2,994. Now, these are the numbers that scare people, right? These are the numbers that scare people. And I just wanted to tell you guys literally that you can do it, right? You can do it. Like this is something that can happen for you. And when you get to this point, you can break up the lot size, right? So let's say you might, you might have 4 positions in a market, right? And it add up to this lot size, right? But imagine, taking that $100 account to 29,000, just following a trading plan, right? Knowing exactly what you're doing in the market, right? So these numbers scare people. A lot of times people are like, nah, it can't happen for me, but it definitely can happen for you, right? The one thing that I would have done, exactly, for real, Nay. A lot of people ask me like, what would I have done, different in this opportunity? And literally, it would just be believing faster and starting faster, right? And going harder with it, because now I'm 14 months in, right? And I know that if I would have put a lot more effort into it, I would be even further, right? So believe that you can do it, because look at these withdrawals, these withdrawals get crazy. And we have a ton of tools, in this market that helps us get 30 pips a day, 100 pips a day, right? We got Price Trap, right? Everybody's learning how to Price Trap, right? It's guys on this call right now that have $1,000 days off of Price Trap, right? We got the harmonic scanner, we got signals, right? So it's all about being disciplined, but the trading plan is something that can help guide you along your way, so you know exactly what you're doing, right, in the market. So let me go back to the 100. So if we look at, down the road, right? If we look at what we can actually do with the $100, if you look at week 24, right? Week 24, we're at 100K, we're at 150K. All because your 10% just gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger as your money grows, as it compounds, right? As it compounds. So if we have patience and we can actually be disciplined and stick to a plan, right? We're talking about a $15,000 withdrawal at 10%. I don't know if you guys, whoever has Gold Cup, I don't know if you guys ever see Luke Longmire. He's always like, yo, withdraw 10% of your money and go have a good time, right? Enjoy the weekend. And I used to always be like, what am I 10%? Like, if my account was at 500, 700, like what am I gonna do with $50, $70? But I didn't understand compounding your account at that time, because that's what he does. That's what the majority of the educators do, right? They might have a $15 lot size, but they're only trying to catch 40 pips, right? Luke Longmire trades with like a $15 lot size, but he's only catching 30, 40 pips, and he's out of the market. And he only withdraws 10% of his account. The reason why these traders have $1 million, like 7-figure accounts, is not because they went and put seven figures in it. They compounded their accounts to that level, right? So this is how you do it, though, with the trading plan. So if that makes sense for me, drop a 2 in the chat for me. Yes, Nay. So you can, if you catch more pips than you expect, that's fine. Like, I mean, if you go a little over your trading plan, like it's nothing wrong with going over. You can always just adjust what your balance is, right? And then it'll carry over, right? So if you adjust what your balance is, that's completely fine. And you just start off. It's nothing wrong with making more money, right? Yeah, Haas. You just go to fxtoolstore.com. I'll put it in the chat again. FX. WC Profits is the code for it to be free. So yeah, so having a trading plan is really going to keep you in check, going forward. So another thing, right? Having rules in the market is important when you have a trading plan. So over the years of trading, we have found that the most consistently profitable days to trade are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Don't trade big on Fridays, right? So that's a big thing right there, right? Mondays, Sundays, when the market just opens, the market is still trying to correct itself. Sometimes the market opens with big gaps, right? So on Sundays, a lot of times, there are good setups on Sundays sometimes, but on Sundays, it can be inconsistent, right? So a lot of times, Sunday evening, I may sit out, right? That's just something that I do. I sit out and I'm waiting for the market to get back to its flow, right? So Sunday, I'm prepping for the market, right? I'm setting up my trades, and I'm getting ready for Monday, right? But Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday those are the best days to trade, right? That's why Kim Torres and Luke Longmire do their live sessions Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, because the market has the most flow. Not trading big on Fridays is important because the market is starting to slow down. People are pulling their money out, right? The less liquid, less volume in the market because it's about to close for the weekend, right? So understanding that not to trade big on Fridays, like you can, you might be in a trade on a Friday, but just don't go crazy. Like, don't let Friday be a day that you're trying to like run it up in the market. So law number 1, right? So it gives you 5 laws, right? Don't trade during news, right? It's a couple things that we use for news sources. in the market. Hold on 1 second. If you make more, like if I make more, I just leave it in my account. I still withdraw 10% and I just leave the excess in my account. But that's something that you could, do, Tony. I mean, if you wanted to, but I just leave the money in my account and I just still withdraw 10%. I just keep it simple. So here now we have, some rules, right? So don't trade during news. Now, if you get to the point to where you're good with fundamentals and you're understanding how news affects currencies, like if you're Tariq Khaled, right? If you're Mo Khaled, right? Then trading during news could be an advantage for you. But a lot of times when news comes out, we do not know how it's going to affect a currency pair, right? Unless we understand fundamentals deeply, right? So staying away from news releases is big, right? So the app that we have you guys download, MyFXBook, right? MyFXBook tracks news releases, right? So whenever you see a high impact news or red folder at a certain time, like today we had GBP news, right? That had a red folder. AUD news came out that had a red folder, right? You want to stay away from news at those times that news releases, right? And then I don't know why I can't think about it. Mo, put in the chat for me the other news source we use, the website. It's well, I don't know why I can't. Bloomberg, but no, it's another one that where we can see the red folders. I don't know why I can't think about
it. FX Factory, John.
Forex Factory, yeah, boom. Forexfactory.com, right? Forexfactory.com also has the news releases, right? And I'll go to it when we get off, when I get done with this. So you want to pay attention, like when you start trading for the day, look at forexfactory.com just to see if any news is coming out. Like even if a signal comes out and you see like news is coming out at a certain time, like be sure to like protect your trade before that comes out, right? So only trade the currency pair while it's in session, right? I found this to be very powerful right here. Only trade the currency pair while it's in session, because currencies will move at any point in the day. But if you're trading the Great British Pound, it's best to trade it during London session, right? London into New York session, because you're going to get the most movement from those pairs during that time, right? If you're trading the U.S. currency pairs, right, then you want to trade New York session, right, because you're going to get the most movement from that time, right? And I also want you guys to understand that, afternoon during the day, like 1 p.m. to like 5, the market is still moving, but it's going to move a little slower, right? So only trade the currency pair while it's in session. That's very helpful. Minimum 15 pips per trade or pass up the trade. Meaning, if you scout, then you'll be catching like 10 to 15 pips. But you want to have at least a nice size setup, 20 pips to 30 pips, right? And be done, right? Take profit one. We are looking for all layups, no half court shots. Of course, that doesn't apply to people who are swing traders who are catching big moves in the market. That doesn't apply because you're looking for larger moves in the market. But when it comes to a trading plan like this, where 30 pips a day can really make you rich, you want to have those for short targets, right? And then law 5, proper risk management, right? Always use proper risk management, right? Proper risk management will definitely take you far. So then it has the time zones down here, right? So if you ever, you never have to question, when a certain market opens, right? We can see that, the Sydney market opens at 6 p.m. April through October, just because of the time changes, right? And it closes at 3 a.m. Tokyo opens from 7 p.m. to 4 a.m., right? London opens at 3 a.m. to 12 p.m. New York session, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So, we have this right here so we can know, like, when everything is in session. So, again, a trading plan, super, super, super important, right? Super important. So, if you guys want to go ahead and get it, again, fx2store.com. And it will definitely help you start to have a better flow with your day when it comes to trading. Now, there are other trading plans, and I'll drop a couple other ones in the chat. And it's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. They just give you, you know, how many pips that you need to catch per day and, you know, how it all breaks down. But this is the one I use. It's very effective because I can change my balance. It does the work for me and all of that. So that's that, you know, that part of everything. And then as far as risk management, I just want to pull something up real quick. Just understanding like what you're risking in the market whenever you enter a trade, right? Whenever you enter a trade. One second. All right, so let me share my screen again. Can everybody see this right here? I can't see the chat thing, so I'm just gonna assume that everybody can see it. So this right here, I post this in the chat often, but what it is this is always gonna show you, right, what you're risking when you enter any trade, you know, for any amount of pips, right, or what you can potentially make, right? It breaks down, right? If you use a 0.01, right, you're really getting 10 cents per pip, right? It breaks the per pip down for you, right, all the way down. So you'll always know how much you're getting per pip in the market, right? And then 20 pips, right? If I get in the trade with the 20 pip stop loss, I know I'm risking $2, right? 30 pips, $3. 40 pips, $4. So for every penny, whoa, okay, my bad. For every penny that you risk in the market, right? That's how many, that's pretty much, you know, 20 pips, $2, $3, $4. So if you have a 30 pip stop loss and you know for every penny you're risking $3, right? And you say, okay, I'm going to use a 4-cent lot size on this trade, then you know that you're risking $12, you know, on that 30 pip trade with a 0.04 lot size. So this chart right here just help you understand, like anytime you enter the market, right, and you see a trade that has a 70 pip take profit, right, and you use, you know, well, let's say it's 60 pip in this case, just for the sake of this graph, and we use a 5-cent lot size, right, we know we're trying to make $40, right, but with that same 5-cent lot size, right, it may have, you know, a 30 pip stop loss, right, so we're risking $15. So you can just use this chart, just kind of, you know, to understand like how much you're always risking. And you, of course, you'll get to the point, a lot of people on this call already know like how this breaks down, but if you're new, you can use this just to kind of break down like what you're actually risking or gaining with this chart. And it'll just help you along the way. If you ever got to use it or peek at it, it's just something easy to use. So, but that's pretty much what I got today, guys. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm definitely willing to answer any questions. It could even be related to something that's not, you know, what we just went over. If you guys have any questions, definitely let me know. No problem, Nate. No problem, John. But yeah, guys, definitely risk management, using proper risk management, and also a trading plan will take your trading to the next level, for sure. No problem, y'all. Let's have a good day, though. Still the beginning of the week. Let's get it. Smash some goals.